Good morning, Heroic Fatherhood. This has been an awesome morning. It is life. You know why? It is absolutely life because we have had technical difficulties left and right. We've been communicating across the pond with this amazing piece of technology. And I am so excited. It was a real question there for a minute or two about whether we were going to pull this off. But I am super excited. This is another episode in the series, Dad's Making a Difference. And we've reached way across the pond to jump in with the awesome Jason Hewer. Jason, good morning. How are you this morning?
Well, yeah, I'm fine. It's pushing evening time, but yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. Can't complain.
It's pushing evening time. Where are we talking to you from, my friend?
Cheshire at the moment, northwest of England. So yeah, maybe 5:10 over here. But yeah.
Nice. And as I understand it, your weather might not be too much different from what I'm experiencing in Seattle right now. What's the weather like outside?
If you're experiencing hovering around freezing point with rain or snow, depending on the temperature, exactly the same as over there.
Oh, that's straight up miserable weather. We've had it a bit warmer, but we haven't had the ice yet. But the rain and the gray we've had, that's been nice.
Oh yeah, you can't beat a good bit of gray, can you?
No, not at all. Not at all. So Jason, your blog, which is also as much a vlog as it is a blog, is called Trail Trials. And I had to practice that like 12 times so I could get it right. I'm very proud of myself. The first time I said it, I got it right. And it is a documentation of your commitment to health and fitness. You know, lots of people do commitment to health and fitness. Lots of people change their diet and they get some exercise on. But it seems for you, it's got a particular urgency. Can you talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. Trail Trials. First off, Trail Trials seemed like a good name at the time. So obviously my trial started walking on the trail, and then you start saying it out loud, and it becomes a tongue twister, and you make yourself look like a fool probably 5 times out of 10. But yeah, so health and fitness you there whatsoever. The reason I've gone for it is because about over the last 5 years, I've had a number of health problems. I mean, I had to have removed. I've had blood clots on my lungs. And at the same time as we've been going through all this, myself and my wife, we've had a young boy. We've had our first child, who is 1 in 7 days' time. No, 6 days' time on Sunday. So as you can appreciate, the health problems put a strain on your home life, your family life, and having a young child does the same. So I can't carry on the way I am. I'm 6'6". I'm in excess of 400 pounds. Life is very, very difficult with the health conditions as well. I don't know how far you want to go into it. The condition's called acromegaly. It was a niggly tumor on my pituitary gland, which has caused a number of problems. But yeah, I got to a stage where I thought, I've got to do something about this now. I've got to lose weight. I've got to get fit. Otherwise, I'm not going to be around for my boy. The condition itself is known to reduce life expectancy, and as I believe you've got a past as a paramedic, so you'll be well aware that the blood clots I've had on my lungs, 2 episodes I've had now, multiple clots, they could stop me dead, right in my tracks, without a second thought. So I'm going on. I know I'm babbling a bit, but the idea behind Trail Trials is to document what I'm doing, put my face on the camera, get some video evidence that I existed, so that if the medical conditions do stop before my boy is old enough to remember me, he's got some visual record of what he did with his dad.
Yeah. You know, there's no urgency in the world. There's no urgency in the world like a health urgency, right? Like, it occurs to me that having something up, like what we're really talking about is we're talking about a brain tumor. We're talking about a brain tumor with some associated medical conditions that go along with it. And what was life like before this? Like before you discovered all these, before the health issues and the tumor.
Oh,
And tell us a little bit about
before
your
the health
background.
issues, I think. Yeah. Okay. So, well, I think I've had the tumor for a long, long time. It causes excess growth hormone. It causes you to grow. I've been taller than everyone in my peer group since my teen years, but it's only recently it started causing problems. I going through school, I played rugby. I love rugby league through university. I've been a police officer for the last near enough 18 years. Shortly before we discovered the problems, my wife and I were running triathlons. Now, don't get me wrong, we were never Olympic standard, but we were able to drag our sorry carcasses around the course, and we felt fit and healthy for it. I've put on 140 pounds ish since the days when I was running triathlon. So that gives you an idea of how the sedentary lifestyle and the using food as a crutch, an emotional crutch, has impacted my size. So yeah, because of the health conditions, I've recently retired from the police. So my career's gone. I can no longer do that.
Right.
Don't feel too sorry for me. I'm not in a bad position, but yeah, it's a
Well, I'd like
lifestyle
I'd like everybody who's watching this to imagine that you're on a rugby field with a guy who's 6'6" and at his like leanest was 260 pounds. So, 260 to 300. And I've, as many folks know, I've got a special affinity for those folks who are in emergency services, because I got a real connection to that. And, or running into a law enforcement officer, like for you, often just having a conversation with somebody probably resolved issues much quicker than with other officers.
Yeah, I mean, it's described as a physical presence. And when I walked into a room, I'd block a door frame. So
yeah. Well, there's also some great, there's some great photos on your Facebook page of you. You were publicly, you became the public face of law enforcement in your community, if I remember correctly. You actually were on the side of a bus, or you were part of an advertisement on a bus, weren't you?
I wish I was. No, I think you may be confusing me with someone else there. They've never put this face on the side of a bus. It scared too many children.
I swear I'm going to find that photo. I actually think it was you. All right. Well, anyways, that being said, here's something I would love to share with me a little bit about, first of all, what's the name of your son? What's your son's name? We hear about you have a son. We hear you have a wife. What are their names?
My wife's Paula. We've been married 5 years now, I guess. I'll be corrected very shortly if I'm getting. And my boy's Thomas. It's Thomas Stephen. He's named after my best friend and my dad. So I couldn't really pick more pertinent names than that.
Yeah. And did you know about your health condition before you got married?
No. It was around. We didn't honeymoon until about 2 years after the wedding day. We decided we'd pay what we could afford for the wedding, and then start saving up for the honeymoon. And it wasn't until about, I think, 6 months before that we found out what was causing me the health problems that really had over them sort of 6 months prior to that, I guess. Sorry, we got a comment in from Drick. He's my father-in-law. He said, "What about the dogs?" We also have 2 dogs. It's a family of 5 now. So there's Bert and Bella, the 2 collies, as well as Thomas and Paula. But yeah, so it's probably about a year after we got married, I guess, when the health problems really became an issue. And I put them down for a long time to just getting older. I'm 41 now. And just saying to myself, well, sleep's becoming a problem because you're getting older. The weight's becoming a problem because you're getting older. The headaches and the eyesight are probably because you're getting older. And it wasn't until I rolled them all into one and took it to my doctor. I actually thought I had diabetes. I thought that was the issue. And it wasn't until I took that issue to the doctors that they identified the issue, the problem.
Yeah. And so what's been the impact? What's been the impact for you what's been the impact on your family, and how you guys, like, how's this awareness and this suddenly, this sense of urgency impacted your life?
It's bittersweet in more than one way. I mean, for Paula, she's been an absolute rock. She's been fantastic, supporting me right the way through the numerous hospital visits, stays in hospital. She's been superb. To give you an idea, she'll kill me for saying this, I'm sure, but to give you an idea of the strain, when I came out of surgery the first time, I was down into resusc. They were bringing me round out from the anaesthesia. And once I'd come round and Paula saw that I was awake again and there wasn't a problem, she passed out. So the stress and strain caught up with her, at which stage she was able to relax. And all of a sudden, all my medical care vanished to look after my wife. I can't even be taken into hospital without her.
Right. Well, it just reminds us all that it's, I'm in my 22nd year of marriage. 22nd, I think I'm in my 22nd year of marriage. And it's so easy to take each other for granted. And it's easy also to forget how important some days in your day to day, how important somebody else is in your life, and the kind of the weight that we put on their presence in our lives. Yeah, that sounds like it was a big scare. And so for you,
I mean, it was.
Please.
Sorry, I was going to say she's an absolute rock. She supported me right the way through. I started the answer to this week. We discovered as a result of the condition and the surgery and such like that I would struggle to have children, and we really wanted to. So radiotherapy and chemotherapy were two very likely outcomes, the likely treatments. So yeah, the possible time was quite finite. I didn't have to have them treatments as it happened, but because they discovered that, we were able to enter into treatment. And obviously, Thomas is the result. Although it was very difficult, the health issues and the surgery and such like, we got the boy as a result of it. Also, as a result of my condition, like I say, I've been medically retired from work. So although I'm no longer a police officer, the job that I've known for the best part of 2 decades, I'm now able to care for my boy on a daily basis. I'm able to be a stay-at-home dad. So I guess what I'm rambling on about is every cloud has a silver lining. Although I'm not well, I'm not dead, and although I'm not able to work, I am able to look after the boy.
Right. Well, I love that. And if nothing else, this is the kind of story that reminds us all how blessed we are. For the number of times that we complain or have issues about what we think our problems are, very often, the things that we're not taking for granted, the urgency with which we bring things, the urgency with which we
Totally.
do the things that are important in our lives. Now, has your wife taken on this hiking lifestyle that you've created in your vlog?
Yeah, she actually joins me for a fair few of them. We climbed, I think, about the 5th or 6th vlog, something like that. We climbed Snowdon, the highest in Wales. So sorry, I think it was the 5th or 6th, something like that. A lot of the footage is on our intro in the vlog, so you're bound to see that. But yeah, Paula walks with me when she can. Obviously, the boy and the dogs while she's at work.
Excellent. Do you take your son out when you go walking?
Oh yeah. I mean, blatant plug here. When we go backpacking, normally we use Osprey kit, but once the boy was born, we bought an Osprey Poco. We looked at the reviews and the backpack baby carrier. I can't imagine a better backpack than that. It was superb. The boy sits in there; he's asleep within 10 minutes. It just takes all the weight off your shoulders. It's perfect. So yeah, any father out there that's looking for a way to take your kids hiking, they're not cheap, but Osprey Poco are worth every penny you could.
That's excellent. That's excellent. You know, it's funny. I remember had both my kids in the Graco front packs, or the Baby Bjorn front packs,
Right, yes.
and how we figured out that it was time, or for Dad to move them from the backpack to the front pack, was when they started kicking me in places that would just drop me to my knees. I said, you know, by that time, you are big enough and active enough to go into a backpack. And, you know, there was nothing. Yeah, please.
No, just agreeing wholeheartedly. Paul, we used a papoose for, I think it might have been the Baby Bjorn front pack for a long while. But I've never been able to use. One of the side effects is most things aren't built for people my size. So it was more of a kind of nose bag. I could probably put a sandwich or something on there, but the boy would literally have been here because the straps are all far too short. My eyes are watering for you at the thought of being kicked in the
stones,
the nether regions, I guess, whilst carrying a boy. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's the word we can use. That's the word we can use. No, that, yeah. And by the way, if you have been kicked in the stones by your child, feel free to give us a thumbs up. Feel free to follow us along. Give us a like. Give us a heart. Don't get, you know, or whatever face. No, I remember the backpack was this amazing breakthrough in my life, because all of a sudden I could go places and I could do things with my hands that I couldn't do before, because they were now behind me as opposed to reaching out in front of me and trying to grab things in the store.
Yeah.
Brock Luch.
I find Brock, sorry.
Yeah, Brock Luch from another dad blogger says, Kelty Kids backpacks were awesome for being able to take the kids hiking or sit up in a seat at a ball game. That was my experience. We had a Kelty pack as well. Yeah, good stuff. And you like what was the Osprey you like?
It's an Osprey Poco, P-O-C-O.
Let's just give him a free shout out. What the heck? We'll give Osprey, but we're going to put it right up on the screen because, you know, why not? When one, you know, here's the thing the thing I always remember about dads is we have so much to contribute to each other. And, you know, when we're thinking, you know, I'll just figure it out. Sometimes it's really nice to have met somebody who just says, oh, no, I've got the thing. You don't need to do research. You don't need to go 800 times to have a personal endorsement. Makes all the difference in the world. So Osprey Poco, Brock Luch likes the Kelty Kids backpacks. That was my favorite as well. But that was like 15 years ago. For me.
Yeah, it's a way back. The only issue I have with the Poco, and I guess it would be the same with any pack, is the boy's arms are long enough now that he can grab hold of my ears and use them to try and steer while we're walking along.
Oh, so I hear you have an equestrian in your family. That's so great. So I guess I'm curious. This is what I'm curious. What has shifted by telling your story, right? Like, I get that Trail Trials is about health and fitness, but it's about the journey of being a father, you know, documenting your life. So if something untoward happens, that you'd have something to share with your son, and sort of documenting your process. What do you notice has shifted for you from making that change?
I think for me, the bonus I get from it is motivation. If I know people are watching, it sort of drives me to get out there more often, to film the vlogs, to put them up. We've got the Trail Trials page, the Trail Trials group on Facebook. So if I know people are watching and people are listening, then it drives me to get out there. A byproduct of that, of course, is occasionally you get people pop up and say, very much for that, Brock. I don't know if anyone else can see this at the moment, but he's put the link for the Poco up.
Yeah,
a byproduct
thanks,
is,
Brock.
of course, occasionally you get someone. A byproduct, of course, is occasionally you get someone jump up and put a comment on YouTube or Facebook or wherever saying, great to see you out there. I weigh X number of pounds. I've been sedentary, I've been lazy, need to get my life started, and your videos are inspiring me to get out there. So if I can achieve my aims, but also help someone else lose some weight and help them to get fitter and healthier, then superb. I mean, mission accomplished.
Yeah. There's so much that shifts in partnership, right? Like, maybe it's a partnership between you and your spouse, or you and a sibling, or you and a neighbor, but it can also be partnership online. There's so many great support groups for folks. And I know for me, the things that I get excited and committed to, and if I can link arm in arm with somebody else who's up to the same stuff, it makes all the difference. It's either inspiring, or they're another resource for more information, or, I don't feel like it. Yeah, I don't feel like it either, but let's do it anyways. That's great. Are your followers all UK based?
No, UK based, but there's quite a few in America, quite a few North America, handful I think in India. There's some from Australia. So yeah, although it's probably 90% UK, look at the analytics on YouTube. There's viewing from all over. I mean, that's the beauty of the web, isn't it? My message can be passed out around the world in a heartbeat. So yeah, it's nice to see how far spread it's become in 8 months, 9 months, however long I've been doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you've been doing it for 8 or 9 months. What's the progress like? Tell us how it's been going. Like, have you been reaching your goals? Tell us what's so.
Right. I started off super, like I say, within a matter of months, we were out climbing mountains, my wife and I. Gave me some hope that I would be able to get back to work. The clots struck. The second bout of pulmonary embolus, the blood clots on my lungs, put me back in hospital. If you look at the blogs, there's a break of about 2 months. As well, you'll know, I'm sure, the medication takes forever to break the clots down. They break them slowly. It leaves you very, very tired. And yeah, for them 2 months, I just couldn't bring myself to try and drag myself out and do anything. And when I got back after the 2 months, it was a case of starting again. Real motivational kick in the clangers. So I'm really starting from day one again, almost. I'm about 165 kilos now. I'm 25. Sorry, I can't. The conversional it's lost on me.
All right, Brock, you're watching.
I'm about 3
for us. 165 keys to pound. I know he's watching, so we'll put him to work.
Beautiful. I mean, why have a dog and bark yourself, eh? But yeah, so I'm a bit down on where I started. My fitness is far better, and I'm far more motivated. I'm 2 stone down. So what's that? 28 pounds down this year already, which works. I think I've lost about 4 inches off my waist as well. So I'm going in the right direction again. Hopefully, the motivation and everything shows through.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge transition. Like 2 stone down and 4 inches. That's a massive shift in not only
what you have to remember. What you have to call this, and they're like, wow, that's incredible. I mean, thank you, Brock. 363 pounds. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm twice the weight of an average person. So effectively, I guess it's like most people losing a stone or 14 pounds over the same time period. And I've got a phenomenal amount of weight to lose. I've probably got about 10 pounds. 10 stone, 120-ish pounds, something like that, of excess fat to lose. So it's there to come off. But yeah, either way, I've lost it. It doesn't matter whether I'm small or large. I've lost that weight, so I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and this is the important part, right? Like for me, this is the important part, is owning the success that you do have, understanding that it's a journey, right? Like, you had setbacks from health. You're going to probably have setbacks, if not from health, then plateaus and things that go along with any major commitment or change, whether if you're a blogger out there and you're doing business, if you're somebody who's working on your relationship, or you're doing something in health and fitness, there's always going to be plateaus and there are always going to be setbacks. And the goal always, what helps me, is to have a milepost to look to. It's just to have a milepost to look to. Because if I look for the end result, oh my God, the end result seems so far away. You just want to bang your head on a keyboard. but just having like having an intermediate goal, like, okay, when I lose another 20 pounds, I'm going to give myself a night out at the movies, a date night with my wife. We're going to get a babysitter and we're just going to go out and go see a movie, or, maybe we'll go hike. We'll get a new set of hiking boots or whatever the thing is, that helps. Cause it can be, especially on a long journey like this, it can be disempowering sometimes to look at how far you have to go.
Yeah, certainly. I'm right at the beginning at the moment, and you can be mad every time you step on the scales. There's kilos dropped every time. Yeah. Probably 2, 3, 4 months in, when you're fighting for every single kilo or every single pound you've got to lose, you've got to start looking at other goals, other milestones, whether it's thanks, Mandy. Thanks, Sam. I saw your message come up earlier on as well. Yeah, so we've got to look at other milestones, whether it's getting into a smaller size of jeans, whether it's being able. One of the ones for me is cheers. Thank you very much, Kim, my mother-in-law. Sometimes when she's got the boy, we have trouble getting him back.
Yeah.
An absolute saint when it comes to baby. Yeah, one of my major milestones beforehand was being able to shop for clothes in high street stores, because most of the time they just don't stock them in my sizes. So yeah, it's looking at other milestones, other achievements along the way when the weight loss slows down.
Yeah, and let's just be clear, folks. If you're watching this, we are hearing from TeamViewer right now. Samantha said, well done, Jason. Very inspiring. Keep it up, buddy. Amanda Moore said, hashtag TeamViewer. I think we need to make that a hashtag that goes around today. Amanda gave you a big muscles up. Kim offered to babysit, but you may not get your child back. And like that talks about like how important has it been to have like the familial and the friendships around you supporting you in your health challenges.
Oh, it's superb. It's superb. I mean, we got I like to say, I've got to put a Trail Trials page on, and within days there was probably 60, 70 people, friends and fellow bloggers. Menno, who's just popped up, is a blogger from Holland. So he follows my journey, and likewise I do the same with his. So yeah, that support is superb. But whenever I have anything like do anything like this, or I put a message on the page saying feeling down, could do with a bit of motivation, folks. Messages come from everywhere. So on the days when I'm feeling motivated and feeling full of energy, I don't need any help, and none's forthcoming because I've not asked for it. But the second I ask for it, there's people coming from all directions saying you're doing fantastic, as they are here, doing fantastic. Keep it up. Don't let it slip, sort of thing. So, yeah, family, superb, absolutely superb. But so many friends on here who, I think, part of the issue with the friends being so helpful is because I've been so open to my health, my fitness, so they know what I'm going through. A lot of the very close friends see it on a daily basis, but some of the others, because I've opened up, they're aware of it. I mean, it's so easy to close doors on people and hide away, and they don't know what you're suffering with, and they think you're just being antisocial. So, yeah, my friends, my family, fantastic, real help at every step of my journey.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, there were nuggets of gold in what you just shared, right? It's around creating a tribe around you. It sounds like your family tribe is naturally there. And for some people it is, and for some people it's not. There's the chosen tribe, the people that align with what you're up to, or the people that you really connect with. And the piece that I just loved you sharing was this piece about just being really transparent about where you're at. And on those days that, it's either hard to get out of bed, or maybe your mindset's not where you'd like it to be, reaching out can make all the difference. And my experience is,
I mean,
yeah, please. No, go ahead.
No, sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say that my experience.
I'll say about.
Now you go, and I will be quiet.
Perfect. The lag that we've got here, being all the way across the Atlantic, is obviously causing problems. Now, what I was going to say is, I said I've been open. I think that's probably one of the side goals of the blog. for quite some time prior to that, I was suffering. My family knew what was going on. Yeah, cheers, Drick. My very close friends knew what was going on, but most of them knew most of my other friends knew I was off work, but didn't know why. When they saw me, they'd ask how I was and make a a minor issue of it, and we'd move on. It wasn't until I really opened up that I started getting so much support from all my friends. The family, like I say, I've always had the support, but the friends really started to rally around me when I opened up and told them exactly how it was affecting me.
Right. And people come out of the woodwork too, right? Like they come from anywhere.
Yeah, totally.
And I you know, there is such truth that people see themselves in our struggles. People, you know, are their gift to us is to be able to be able to contribute to us. It is also their gift to themselves to be able to contribute to another.
Totally. I mean, it's almost like a friend filter. Because when I opened up with this, a lot of people just vanished off the planet. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't know how to deal with me because you're ill. It's like, what do I say? I approach this. But at the same time, a lot of people stepped up and were there to help and were offering support to myself, support to Paula. So those that weren't really offering anything to my life other than being present on Facebook disappeared. So yeah, you get to find out who your true friends are, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jason, this has been so great. I love it. Who was it? Was it Cedric or Kedrick? Or I assume Cedric was saying, because you're a big softie.
It's Cedric, but Drick, yeah.
Yeah. And
he knows me too well.
He knows you too well, right? Like, there's nobody who's watching this that doesn't really get how big a heart you have, my friend. And it's actually a gift to others to be able to share your story, and reminds me and reminds us all, but really reminds me to not take for granted our health, our well-being, our ability to get up, our ability to participate with our kids. Even the most mundane can be a real gift. So thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thanks for putting it out on this forum. It's been nice to share it with someone else. Usually I'm walking along a canal with a selfie stick and a camera. So yeah, it's nice to be face to face with another person.
I have no experience of that whatsoever. Okay, I have a lot of experience with that. So Jason, I know that there are going to be a bunch of people that watch this and go, hey, I want to follow that guy because that was awesome. Where can they find you? Where should they follow you?
You think, wouldn't you? Right, let me work my way through it. It's Trail Trials on YouTube. If you put Trail Trials in, or my name, obviously into the search bar, the channel will come up. Thank you very much. We've got @Trail Trials on Instagram and Twitter, and also Trail Trials on Facebook page and a group. Just request to join, and I'll accept you.
Excellent. Hold on, I gotta get the Facebook in here too.
While you go through this, thank you very much, Brock, for all your help. I appreciate you watching. I also appreciate all your technical help. It's superb to have someone in the background doing that for us.
Well, Jason, yours is a really inspiring story. I really appreciate you choosing to share it with people who are watching this, and gives folks a chance to remind themselves how lucky they may have it, or puts in perspective the challenges we all may be facing right now. And I look forward to seeing more from you. And I'm going to go over and figure out how to get into Trail Trials private group. And I really appreciate you sharing your story with us today. And I'm going to wrap it up. This is Charlie King. This is Heroic Fatherhood's Dads Making a Difference. We've been doing an ongoing series on the run up to Dad 2.0 2018, where we've been interviewing dad bloggers about their choice to share their mission and their vision and their journey. And today we've been visiting with Jason Hewer of Trail Trials, UK-based blogger, talking about his health and wellness commitment. And again, Jason, thank you so much for being with us.
Charlie, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
All right. Everybody have a great day.